What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are installing the one and only Prinsu Pro roof rack on this 3rd gen Tacoma of Craig's. We got the rack already laid out. We got all the hardware set out. There are no official install instructions for this rack quite yet, but we're going to show you how we would install it in this video. So we're going to go ahead and get started. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to install the feet into their proper locations. Each one of these has a proper size that actually fits into this thing like a puzzle piece. The backing plates for this rack we already laid down, okay? They're this color because Craig has those colors of accents on his Tacoma. So that way when it's all said and done, you see some color. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and pop these over here. Come over here. In your first little baggie, you got, I don't know, 12 to 14 screws. These are gonna be for mounting your feet to the actual side of the rail. Washer. Screw like that. Boom. Okay, I'm just gonna lightly snug these up a little bit. Okay. Now we got position 2, T3. I'm using a 4mm Allen head bit. Just want to make sure you got the right bit, because if it's a little small or a little large, it'll circle out the inside of those. And you'll need additional hardware possibly. What is nice with the Prinsu stuff is they always include a few extras. So if you do ruin one, you should be good. Boom. Boom.
Just like that.
Just like that, guys. There's a little bit of powder in those screw holes sometimes. So you can push that out or clean them out if you want to tap them again. Okay, this side's good. Now we're gonna swap over, get the other side, get those feet on. And what we'll do is we'll go panel. Make sure these are all cleaned off. Okay, so we wrap the insides of them just so that some color does come through. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna install one of these. The hardware for these is gonna come out of the larger bag of hardware, even though they are the same screw. Jeez. There we go. What's cool about this rack is it does have the dual panel, which makes it stronger. And then the cross members are not only don't only have these inserts, but they now have middle inserts. So if you're installing something mid-rack, you don't have to remove something to get stuff all the way to the middle. The other cool thing about these crossbars is they have this channel down below that instead of just being squared off, this additional protrusion here adds a significant amount of strength to the extrusion itself. So super cool. I know they have the statistics on their website. It's like 30% stronger or something like that. What I like is that they're going to stay cleaner. It's smoother, more aerodynamic. So win-win-win. Get that down. I'm not going to install any of the cross members that cover places where we're actually going to put it into the roof. So we're probably going to install this one, this one, this one. Probably not that one, and then the back one, just to make sure everything is lined up. Not tight, just snug. Perfectly that one out. Put this one in. Okay, that's good for this side. Now we're going to transition to the passenger side, install our plates, and then okay, with these plates, what we're going to do is we're going to loosen them up just a tad, push them all the way up, and then snug them up again. That's where they're going to end up settling once there's weight on them. Cool. Okay, let's go to the other side. The parts with like the little nutserts are what go onto the rack, like the actual numbers, and then the T3 is the part that goes down toward the vehicle. So let's take off his panels real quick.
So he didn't have roof, so you got drill into it?
Nope.
Oh, you don't?
Tacomas and 4Runners already have pre-spots.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Already have spots ready to go.
I mean, obviously they do if you have a roof rack on it, but
Yeah, but Tundras, like the Tundra that we're gonna do in like 2 weeks, we got drill holes. Remove the whole headliner.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's a bit invasive.
No thanks. Yeah, this is easy. Basically Legos.
It's adult Legos, man.
What were the metal things as a kid? A Rector set? Remember those?
Oh yeah,
It's like what Sandlot. He had the little like metal like marble thing.
Oh what? No, I'm talking about the one that had like all the hexagons and then the sticks, and you clip the sticks in and then build something out of a stick.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that I remember.
Yeah.
All them Legos that my mama bought me paying off, bro. Now they be paying my bills.
We do like either on Saturday or Sunday we do like no screen day in the house.
Oh, uh-huh.
And so the kids lose their shit. Cause like I mean they don't like do a lot of like you don't have iPads. They have Nintendo, so they play the Switch and stuff, but like nothing crazy. But like they get so bored. They're like, I don't know what to do. Like, you have so many choices. So like they end up just playing with Legos and
Legos, dude.
like doing stuff. I'm like, there you go.
Use your brain.
I don't know, that's crazy. It's a lot of work for the parent though, because they just want to do shit, you know? They're like, complete
Dad, come on.
Yeah.
It's Della, dude. Dad, I'm bored.
It's good to be bored. Figure it out.
Tell Della, yeah, it's okay being bored, baby. Not gonna lie, I like installing that one first because it kind of props it all up. I should have done that. That should be the first bracket you install. Man, that powder be sticking. Shh.
That blue is pretty dope. Or that teal, whatever you want to call it.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Can you see it well enough, I guess?
Yeah. As much as it's going to
Done.
How's that at home sauna?
Be sweating my eyes out.
Yeah? Did it get hot in there?
Almost unbearable.
Really?
2 times I had to get out at about 10 minutes.
Does it hurt to breathe?
No, it actually feels good to breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels good to breathe.
It's like hot air sometimes can burn your nose, you know?
Oh yeah,
Chris, you got facial hair?
it's the moisture that causes me to like boil sweat.
Interesting.
Like I did it 3 times last week, and I was like, it's hot.
And it's in your garage or what?
No, I just set up in my room. Yep.
It doesn't collect moisture like around it?
I put a towel in there.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
This is gonna look good with the rack because it's much boxier than the other one is.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I like this rack.
It's not even fun with bed cover. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, got it. Okay, now that we got them all on, we're gonna snug them up. Okay, next. Scratched. Okay, next is hey, Alora. Yeah. Do we have any Tacoma roof? Yes. We do. Could you bring one over to me? The TPF one? Yep. Yeah.
About time to do something.
Alice, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Such anger as such a little body.
I was like, I think I'm gonna hire another girl. I mean, you're doing a freaking great job. She's like, you hire another girl, I'll kill her. And I was like, she's like, I want to be the only girl here.
Yeah.
And then she's like,
that kinda...
she was like, you hire another girl, it'll be straight competition. It won't be good. And I was like, you think so? She's like, oh yeah. We'll be competing for your time, the guys' times. Like, I'm the only girl here. And I was like,
It's not wrong.
fair enough. I don't want drama. It's the last thing I know. That's the last thing I want. Okay, so right now we're adding on the guard, kind of like the wind fairing thing that can touch your roof. So sometimes these will come long, sometimes 6 inches long. Jeez. Oh, we do. We make it funny. We're funny here, bro. Anyway, you can use some dikes, clips, whatever you want. But typically you trim them. So I'll make a mark on here. See how much I have to trim. And get in here, snip off the edge. Typically, if you can see the metal, it'll just pop out. Just be careful not to cut yourself. And then press this guy back on. Guys, next up on the fairing, you're gonna get your smaller bag that has these little wing nuts on it. You're gonna take your smaller 1/4 add a washer, then your wing nut. Then on the back side, you're gonna have 8 spots across the front of the fairing. Stick the front in. You're gonna add your wing nut on the back. And you're gonna do this to all 8. Then once we're done, we put this down and we're gonna slide the bar through all of them. Kinda like this. Hey, your lap kinda like mine.
Wish I knew it was that easy.
Sheesh.
I took mine off the first time.
I know. Dude, whoever installed yours the first time cross-threaded like half of the wing nuts. They were like, this thing's going on today whether I die or this dies. Okay, boom. It's done, but I need to shift this onto part of the table that allows it to push up on all of those at the same time. So we're gonna come over here, shift this rack over. See how those kind of get pressed down, and now there's a gap. We're gonna take our silver extrusion. We're gonna go back here. You're gonna line these up just like that, and then you're gonna thread them in. Boom. Ooh, I like it like that. Slow motion for me. Okay, I'm done. Now we're gonna install the front fairing. Got our 2 bolts, 2 washers, 4, 1 for each side. It's a bad washer, 1 black one. Ho, yeah. Bitty good. Okay, we're gonna tighten up these. One of the things to look for is to make sure that the body is flush with the front.
Can you say that again in a second, show me?
Yep. Make sure that the body and the panels are all flush. Just like that. Piece of this for the rack install, we'll be adding our last 2 cross members on once the rack is actually physically installed. Also, this will be the hardware that we're going to use to actually mount the rack to the actual vehicle. Perfect. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to jump up on Craig's truck. We're going to pull out the center section or the gutter trim pieces and expose the screw holes so that we can actually mount the rack. And then what we'll do is we'll then go through with the gutter pieces, cut them to size, and install those. Okay, the rain gutter kind of trim pieces, what we're gonna do is rip these up. Boom. Okay, we have a spot here, here, and here. We'll grab a trim piece, dig those up, also clean out the gutters. So we'll do this to both sides. But before we do that, a product that you should highly recommend when installing a Prinsu, because they do come down and come in contact with the roof. We're gonna clean this section of the roof and install one of our roof rack protective PPF vinyls. They're about 4 to 5 inches tall. You'll clean the surface. You can clay bar, do all the prep that you want, but what this will do is it'll put a thick layer of vinyl clear before the rack or on the paint so that the rack doesn't wear through your paint. If you have a rack that touches your paint, a lot of the times debris and dirt can build up behind it and underneath it, and as you off-road and drive, it'll vibrate, work through your clear paint, and we've seen them go all the way down to the metal in spots, which means that if you don't get it fixed, it can rust your roof and cause further issues. So these little templates are 99 bucks. They take about 20 minutes to install. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna prep this surface, get it ready, install some PPF, and then we'll put the rack on. Okay guys, so we cleaned it with alcohol. We clay barred it. So a little bit of soapy water and some clay. Takes off all the like debris and stuff on the paint itself. Then we just laid down some soapy water. We have our PPF here.
So much smaller than what you installed on mine.
We can lay down. Boom. Okay, Craig, how do you want to do this? You want to
I'm
tack?
gonna tack yours and I'm gonna stretch mine too.
Cool. So So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come right to that very edge. Nice. Okay, so this is the PPF. It is a thick, clear piece of vinyl. You can see that a little bit is hanging over, which is fine. We're gonna let it kind of dry out, and then what you can do is go on, use a heat gun. You heat the edges, and kind of lay them down so that they do adhere a little better. PPF, typically what you wanna do is you wanna apply this the day before, let it cure, and then apply the rack. But because we do this quite often, we know how long to let it cure with a little bit of heat, so that we're gonna do all the prep work on the actual rack and the gutters, and then we're just gonna bring the rack over and get it installed.
Okay.
Yep. Okay guys, so right here in the gutter, we're gonna add some good glass cleaner. There's these parts on the roof rack that have like a sticker over them that are painted to cover up the holes. When you buy a roof with a roof rack, obviously these are gonna be taken off, but for Craig, these are still covered for waterproofing purposes. So we're gonna get them all cleaned up so that there's no dirt in them. Get them all cleaned up like that.
Show me just point out the tape.
Oh, the tape part?
Where it's covered. Right.
Yep. Okay, now what we're gonna do is you can actually kind of like press down. You can like feel where they kind of break through. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab a razor blade. We're gonna carve out those circles, and just like this. Get it? I was coming your way, you were coming my way. Oh!
Who the F?
Oh, Craig, shut his door. Shut his door. Oh, he's gonna shut it. Fuck.
Who left the damn glass in your bed?
Oh! Professionally installed, man. Okay. This is an important part, Dallas. Okay. Got some updated hardware. We got a bolt, a washer, the OG spacer, but now they offer rubber washers that also go between right here to help with additional waterproofing. So now what we're gonna do is over each hole, we're gonna add a dollop of the gasket. What's it called?
This?
Yeah,
What's a dollop? Is that a measurement?
silicone. A dollop is like a Hershey's Kiss.
That's a lot.
A dollop. Yeah.
Dad.
Dude, how big are your Hershey's Kisses? I'm talking like a...
Yeah, but that's still a lot. You get the height and everything. That's a lot.
Well, no, the height goes down.
Usually
The height going in.
I fill the hole and then I fill the cylinder. Then I shove the bolt through the silicone because we ain't trying to have leakage out here, you know?
What I'm saying is, let me show you what's up, okay? Let me demonstrate what a dollop be looking like out here.
I'm gonna get into a dollop over here.
Can you see this dollop? So we're gonna go down in there a little bit. Get that thing filled up, and then on the top, boom, dollop. Dude, that was good. You can even add a little bit more if you want, but I don't know if it's completely necessary. Like Randy said, it would have been wise to just have done all of these prior, but I got excited. Oh. Good. They are good. Be stacking the rubber washer with the aluminum washer. Be coming down this. You're definitely 100% going to want to hand thread all these first, because you want to turn your install into a freaking nightmare. Cross thread one of these guys. Boom. So I grab the rubber to the metal washer. The dollop is already down there. Lift it up a tad. Bloop. Drop the little rubber guy down. Drop the bigger one down. Slide back. Holla back, yo.
Make me go all around the world.
Oh, jeez. My thighs be feeling thick. If you follow along, guys, I've been hitting the gym lately. Been feeling yidge.
Yeah, look as much as me one day.
Stay safe in these streets. Brett. Brett, Brett.
It's not Dallas rated.
I mean, in the center of it, it's probably the weakest point. Does it look?
Little hack when putting these in, you can almost go backwards. You go backwards and you'll hear it like clunk. If you like act like you're gonna remove it, you'll hear it like clunk, which means it's like, it like reset it. And then you go forward and it's almost like it resets the threads where like you can feel where it starts. And then that way, you know you're not cross threading.
So what happened?
What happened was, we were not using our brains. No. What you're going to want to do with this last piece is this crossbar is supposed to go on the back here across. I would make it so that the rails are on the outside so you can mount like chase lights or other accessories to it.
So when you're installing it originally, put that on the back?
Yep. Installing it originally, put this on the back side. Unless you have a specific reason to have it right here. There we go. Keep that right there. Oh, please.
I did talk to this
Mine's only got one hole over here. Unless Craig didn't poke all those holes.
Oh, jeez. Okay, guys, so just a little adjustment here. We did have a cross member here. Can't have it, especially if you have the fin. So what we did is we put it to the back. We put the strong side without the railings inward because you're not really going to mount anything in here. Left the railings on the outside so you can do like a light or whatever back here. So now that we've got everything kind of aligned, we're going to now start screwing in these, the bolts that actually go into the roof. If you want to use a drill, you can. Sometimes it's wise to do a handheld one because you can feel how, if you're cross threading, you're going to feel it and you're going to want to back it out and try again. Because once you cross thread them, no good. These screws, you're going to want to make them decently snug, not too hard. Once I see the washer compress and all the silicone kind of squeeze out, you're right there.
What's the best way to put the remaining cross member in?
When you're putting the remaining cross member, guys, loosen up these two screws. Once everything's centered out, you can kind of pull it apart. It allows you to slide in the last one back here, and we're gonna toss in the last front one in the same way. Yeah. Okay, last part of this install is we're going to seal in our PPF we did at the beginning. Then we're going to grab our tool that we used to tighten down all these Allen heads, and we're going to hit all the screws one more time with some manual force just to make sure everything's nice and tight. Rack, and then last part that's gonna take a little bit of prep is we gotta get all of our gutter guards back in. The way you wanna do these, you wanna measure, whoops, you wanna measure out the distance between the front and the first rubber piece, cut it, lay it in there, and you do that all the way back. If you want it real fancy with it, you can use a 1-inch punch and punch the actual circular holes for each of the feet. Lay that down first, and then you do the dollops and put everything in afterward. But it's really hard to align screws, and the likelihood of cross-threading something is much higher. So, anyway, we're gonna cut these up, get them all in. We'll do one last overview video and finish up this install. We just finished our Prinsu Pro Roof Rack install. Went super good. Very easy, simple rack to install. Some of the features of this rack and why you should use it or why you shouldn't use it. This is a higher weight rack, and that's because it has dual thickness on the side, so that means it's going to have more rigidity, especially on the dynamic factor of going back and forth. You're also going to have the strengthened cross members up on the top. On the actual side fairings, instead of it just being an up and down, you now have a 90-degree angle at the top, which helps the flex this way and sideways. Front's the same. So now you have 3 additional features that are going to strengthen this roof rack to make it more rigid for off-road use. But the question is it worth the additional cost? If you're only planning to run a few pounds up there, maybe some traction boards, then this rack isn't necessarily needed, but doesn't mean you can't have it. If you're planning on running something heavier, like larger containers that is going to be holding more gear, then this rack might be the best option for you, because having more gear moving side to side forward as you're off-roading, having something solid that isn't going to flex is going to be better and safer for your roof and just the longevity of the vehicle in the long run. So cost, this one's going to be up around $1,000. When a OG roof rack from Prinsu, you're going to be right between the 700-800s for a roof rack. So some things to weigh out. This rack definitely is cool as hell, but may not be what you need. So if you have any questions, shoot us a call or an email here at Taco Vinyl. We're more than happy to help you. Walk through your options of what you're actually going to mount and maybe a projection of where you want your build to be, to see if this is the right fit for you. So if you have any questions about this install or why we did certain things, leave them in the comments below, or just shoot us an email. We're more than happy to help you out. If you could like and subscribe, helps us build the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching.